Hey everybody, just doing some work here in the hoop house this evening. Going to be doing some pruning, some de-weeding. Got a lot of stuff coming in here, so I'm just trying to get something else going here. Almost there, sorry. So yeah, just doing some work here in the hoop house. It's starting to get overgrown with a bunch of these probably little like grass clippings, or I don't know, some grass stuff here. So just gonna work on that a little bit, and I gotta do some pruning from some of my kohlrabi. It's starting to get pretty big, so gonna gonna start cleaning up some of the kohlrabi there. Got a bunch of weeds or stuff growing in between, so right now I'm taking the opportunity to clean out the hoop house here. I just started planting everything a couple weeks ago, but grass and stuff grows pretty quick here. So notice some of the kohlrabi down here is getting all, I don't know, there's getting a lot of leaves, and I really want to clean it up some, so kind of come down here and show you. Alrighty, so down here in the kohlrabi, it's really, I don't know, something's funky going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just prune it up a little bit, cut some of these pieces off. You notice when I'm in there, I'm getting some weeds out. I'm going to grab one of my buckets here. I really want to get the pieces that are hanging out on the ground. I don't really want those there. Those are a good pest welcoming when they're on the ground there. So I'm going to go ahead and clean those up here. I got a bunch of spinach growing behind my kohlrabi. For me, I've noticed spinach grows really well, at least underneath kohlrabi. I don't know, it's something to do with just helps protecting it. So I always plant my spinach underneath my kohlrabi here. But it's got a bunch of these little, I don't know, weeds or whatever. So take the opportunity right now and clean it up a little bit. Got some bigger weeds in there. So I'm just going to keep going down here, getting more of the kohlrabi cleaned up. Again, like I said, I'm primarily right now going after the leaves that are hanging out on the ground here. So if you're growing some kohlrabi this year, let me know. It's one of my favorite things to grow. My kids really enjoy it too. So what we do too sometimes is we keep these, we keep the leaf greens here. You can dehydrate them. We made some green powder with them, so yeah, it's pretty cool. See if I can show you what we're working with here. So I got some green cabbage here. Underneath here I have my spinach with a bunch of onions, my kohlrabi. Coming down here, we do have some bugs. We got some of those stupid bugs eating planted a bunch of peas in here, or not peas, some green beans, and bugs are just eating them. So I have used nematodes before, so I bought some more nematodes. They'll be here on Thursday, so we'll get the nematodes in here. So hopefully it will get those bugs in here that are, there you go. And there they are, just found them. So they are destroying this. These guys get me every year. So, I don't know. I get them really, really bad here in the hoop house. They just always destroy it, especially when I start the stuff from seed. If I transplant it out here, normally it's pretty good. And it's always here in this garden box. Over here, I don't really have any major issues. Down there, I don't really have any major issues, but I really tried to, I don't know, work on my soil this year. I didn't till this side. I tilled that side right there. A lot of people say, tilling it affects the good organisms growing in there. But I don't know. I didn't till this side, and that side of the garden bed is being destroyed here. So I'm in zone 5B. I'm in southeast Wisconsin. So the weather here is finally warming up, but I've been growing here in my hoop house. My hoop house here, I typically can start about a month early in, because it stays so hot in here. You can see everything's just massively exploding. So yeah, it's typically that side of the garden bed always gets destroyed. I have done wood ash. Probably need to put more down there. I had fires, put wood ash down. It's supposed to help. I don't use chemicals, so people might say use chemicals, do that. I don't use chemicals, so definitely that would be a solution. Besides that, like I said, the green beans are really the only things being destroyed right now. So I haven't planted Kohlrabi out of your spec yet. Was wondering if it's too late. What zone? Zone 7? No, Kohlrabi is more of a cold weather crop. When it starts getting hotter, it will take a lot longer. I typically here, so I'm in southeast Wisconsin, so this week it's been in the 80s. Normally it's only like in the 60s or 70s, but I typically here where I'm at don't plant kohlrabi after June, and then I won't plant it again until probably the end of August. So it is a cold weather crop, so just look at your weather. Just put it in there. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? It's not going to grow, or it's going to take a lot longer. If it does stun its growth and doesn't get any bigger, go in and pull it. Typically when you plant your kohlrabi, and you might already know this, you want to get it before it's like the size of a softball, because then it just tastes too woody. Just go ahead and get it in the ground. Let me know how it works out. So this is actually another reason why I like to get all of my plants, at least my cabbages. I like to get them off the ground. I prune my cabbages. I have a video on pruning cabbages. It does a couple things, right? It helps focus its growth on what we want to eat, but it also helps with this, and I'll show you. Look at that guy. This was on the ground. Gives them easy access to the plant. It's just inviting the pest to come and eat it. So your greens, make sure at least your cabbages, they're off the ground. Yes, they are pill bugs. and they are always destroying. Typically, though, the slugs are what gets my garden the most. But yeah, those pill bugs are just devastating it, and it's a battle I've had for the last 3 years here in my hoop house. And I really was focusing on like my soil health, because right, they say good organisms, bionutrient, whatever in your garden. So I put a bunch of eggshells, I put compost, I have wood ash. It's just that part of the garden bed always has bad issues. So yeah, just put it right on top. So wood ash is a natural pest deterrent. So I just put it right on the soil. Now, if the soil didn't have any plants in it, I would go ahead and rake it in. But now there's plants in it, I just put it on the soil. Now you don't want to water it right after. So if you have a timer like me, you might want to. I know that's a good like when about the water. Like you don't really want to water it down, but for me, I just put it on top of the soil, and it typically works pretty well. It's just, again, that side of the garden bed, maybe it's on some type of voodoo ground, and it's just, but, I mean, way down there, I got potatoes. Those will be fine. If it's just going to attack the green beans, let's just give them the green beans. Let's just keep planting more green beans so they eat that and not eat anything else. I would be happy with that. So, so I just want to get more of the greens off the ground. Just putting them in a bucket right now. I'll throw those in the compost. We have too much green powder still from over the years, so no, I haven't tried that. I'll take a look at that organic stuff. For the slugs, I've used, the wood ash really helps the slugs, right? Just deter the slugs. But yeah, that one you put there, the organic Sluggo Plus, I'll try that. That might be a good thing to do. Just want to get another one of these leaves off the ground. So this garden bed is looking pretty good. When I do my pruning or when I do my cleanup too, they're eating all your radishes. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, best of luck. Let me know what works out for you. But when I'm doing my pruning too, I want to make sure I have good airflow, which I do right there. Turn attention to this guy is over here. So yeah, I got a bunch of kohlrabi and stuff over here. No bugs are eating it. I have a huge sage plant right here, so maybe the sage is, I can smell it just right here. So I'm going to cut some of this sage down. I'm not going to use any of it. It's all going to seed right now. Like I said, it gets super, super hot here in the hoop house, so I do have plants going to bolt. You see my bok choy right behind there. That's already bolted, going to seed. But primarily, what I want to do tonight is just go after the cabbages or the plants that are on the ground. Get those cleaned up. I wanted to get this sage plant cleaned up and just go in here and get a lot of the grass out. I have a very large radish patch down there. I was probably going to do some pruning, but yeah, we got so much of this sage. We're never going to use it all. It's a bummer to cut it. Like, I've put it in my neighborhood too for people to get it. It's a big plant. I have it here to help with the pest, so save the seeds. Besides planting, what are you going to use the seeds for? You eat them? You eat the seeds? You eat the sage seeds? I have so much sage here, I don't want to plant more plants. Uh-oh. not trying to advertise them right now, but Modern Sprout, these awesome snips. I've had these for the last year. They're working pretty dang good right now. So let me think here. So I got a question for everybody. So what is one plant that you planted new this year that you've never planted before? For me, I've never planted the finger potatoes. Planted a boatload of potatoes, so maybe that's not fair, but I got the finger potatoes down there. That's something that I've never planted before. One thing that we really honed on this year was planting plants that we consume the most. So I didn't really plant a lot of new things, but we planted a lot of certain things. We planted a whole boatload of potatoes, a lot of green beans. We have 8 tomato plants. We have a boatload of peppers. So that's a new variety this year. I planted so they're purple and lilac. I think it's just the color, bell peppers. So those are going to be pretty interesting. Never done those. I guess you call it rare, unique colors before. So definitely got those. All right, doing soybeans. So do you have a large area? How many soybeans do you need to actually? And then I guess what are you going to make? You're going to make like chickpeas or tofu, and I guess how many do you need? Like I did think about or want to do. Okay, so make some protein. That's pretty cool. How much do you need? Do you need like when I say how much do you need? How big a box are they in? Are they like a 50-foot box, or like how big of an area do you need for that? One thing that I've always wanted to grow is like wheat, but the amount you need for it is just pointless. So, it might grow a little bit just because, but all right, cool. I'm interested. Let me know how that. Have you done the? So have you grown the soy before? Like, I guess the soybeans, are you just eating them like a chickpea, like put them like an air fryer or something? All right, I'm gonna get some of these. I got an area over here with just some onions. I want to go over here and they're just gonna be seeing me pick weeds out of the ground. Get a bunch of the grass out. I got a bunch of kohlrabi on the ground here. I want to get that off the ground. The leaves, that is. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, maybe I'll try some soybeans next year. Thanks for the idea. Alrighty. Well, I'm doing finishing up. We're getting a lot of done what I wanted to do this evening. The one last thing that I really wanted to look at. And I love the colors here. You got the green, you got the reds, and you got all of the beets in here. So yeah, the spinach under the kale is really the biggest thing I do, but I also just plant a bunch of onions and carrots in between things. Just something I've always done. I like the onions because we eat a boatload of onions here, and so that's a plant that I'm growing a lot this year. So I'll typically line up like green beans on the outside perimeter of. So this year, one of my boxes I have green beans in front of my cucumbers, and then behind that I have carrots, and then I have onions. So I don't try to crowd, but I do always still tend to pack in too much stuff. So yeah, so I was always looking for ground coverage, planting some like clove or some, I was also thinking about just throwing some microgreens down to just help keep the weeds down. And maybe that's what I do here with the stupid pill bugs. But yeah, so I'm gonna go into here. Might be hard for me to see your comments. Can't see my phone that well right now. My eyes aren't doing the greatest right now. I really wanted to come in here and just look at my radishes. I thinned these guys out last week. Yeah. And when I thinned them out, I just did like a 2-inch spacing. Did like a 2-inch spacing in between my radishes, and you see they're all. So basically what I do is I just threw the seeds down as they came up. Let's go in here and really need to thin these out because they're kind of impeding into my lettuce. Not too happy about that, but it's all good. So, man, I might have hit my irrigation line. So I don't pull my radishes out when I'm thinning. I just cut the tops off and just leave them. Yeah, I got a really nice radish right there. I don't do that. I just don't really want to disturb the rest that are growing right now. So as I'm thinning, because I have a whole bunch of radishes coming up, I'm just going after the ones that don't have a big root on them. And that one does. So. Yeah. I mean, the pill bugs are eating some of the radishes right now, but that's okay. And it's not okay, but some of these I am just pulling straight out because they're just barely in the ground. Alrighty. As I'm doing this, I do see a boatload of pill bugs in here. So I had a fire the other night, a campfire, so I'm going to go get some of that wood ash. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back. Just see a boatload of pill bugs here, so I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this wood ash on top of them. And I guess it'll be a good opportunity to see how good it actually really does work. I already watered the garden, so won't water until the morning time. Hopefully gives enough time for this to kick in. Ugh. Oh yeah, sweet potatoes. I got a bunch of sweet potatoes. They're not in here yet. I'm putting them in the hoop house here. Really like that warm climate, so I grew sweet potatoes a couple years ago, so it's not like the first time I ever grew them, but I haven't grown them in a while, so that might be one of those new plants. Haven't planted that for a long time, but I'm anxious to see how this wood ash works. I mean, I've used it primarily just to give the ground some more nutrients, high in the potassium. So I got it down there where I saw a whole boatload of them. Spin you guys around. Probably throw some over here where the green beans are that they're eating. Just follow along, hit that follow button. We can learn together. Does this really work? I know in a lot of my videos I say to use it. I use it, but I got a big problem right now, so we'll know together. Is it really going to get these guys? Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to sign off for the evening. I did what I wanted to do. Got some cleaning up in here done. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Talk to you next time. Hey, keep growing.